Hello, Michael Whelan here again, and this time we're looking at the Logic session for Rainbows at Night. So let's take a look. I'm going to try and keep this as quick as possible, and if I seem tired, it's because I just got back from a gig, and I just noticed I'm wearing another Voyager shirt like I did for Shadows. So yeah, we're working with drums, synthetic percussion this time, tambourine, some claps, Dino's bass, a whole slew of different guitar sounds. Now, even though this is the most keyboard-heavy song in the album, I managed to consolidate the keyboard tracks so it actually doesn't look like it's that much. One trumpet track, and then there's a whole bunch of vocals here, and yeah, we're gonna start getting into it right now. So the synth sound you hear in the beginning, the main synth riff, it's like a synth string with like a phonograph filter on it. There's some other stuff going on in there too, but this is what that sounds like. Hopefully you can hear it. Yeah, really happy with that sound. Here's the synthetic percussion in all of its glory. I think this is from Logic, and I played it manually, and you can see a bunch of cuts and bruises. I can explain that another time. Yep, sounds very 80s. And then during that part, Aaron and I have this little back and forth guitar conversation almost. So I'm on the left, Aaron's on the right here, and we just are doing pick scrapes. It's like playing telephone with your friends. And the song's all about being getting older and like missing on your youth. Now here's Aaron's scorching hot guitar solo. Really proud of that. Then yeah, here's what Skunk and I sound like. We both are such metalheads, and you can really hear that here. So here we are pounding away at this really fun rhythm. Yep, and I do believe Mark has a fascinating drum part here. I didn't really notice Mark's 30-second notes in there. Maybe the 30-second notes. Awesome. Then yeah, there's a lot of moments like this in this song. Little arrangement techniques that kind of take you from one section to the next. Yeah, almost like pop or dubstep kind of approach. Then yeah, then we're off. Here's Emily's vocal all by herself.
I remember when there was novelty abound, treasures in the dark, waiting to be found.
And if you know the song, you definitely are aware of this character, the synth bass. Dino's laying down an electric bass line in here, but then just to thicken it up and make it sound a little bit more 80s-ish, had to do some synth bass work. Yeah, there's fun moments. And then yeah, the piano. This is a rhythmic figure that happens throughout the song in some other variations. So yeah, here's a pretty legendary clapping moments where these two tracks here are, I think they're just Mark clapping in the church. And maybe I'm clapping with him. Pretty sure. I think I hear two people clapping. Now here, these claps are the whole band in my room, right here. And we all gather around in a circle around the microphone, same session when we did the backing vocals. And we all clapped normally, me, Emily, Aaron, and Dino. And then Skunk decided to lift up his shirt and start smacking his tummy. So that's in here. This is the sound of the whole band clapping and Skunk's belly. It's a bit loud, so let me turn that down for you. Ah, yes. And then when the second half of this verse kicks in, Aaron gives us some of his bubbly guitar tones that we love so much. Yeah, you know it's going to be special when he does stuff like that. This pre-chorus, the guys come in with some oohs. I'm on top, Aaron's in the middle, and then Skunk and Dino. Skunk is on the left, and Dino's on the right, yeah. Here's what we all sound together. Yep, pretty cool. And then during that pre-chorus, I think there's a synth bell just going bam, bam, and then there's a synth string doing some eighth notes. Yeah. Okay, so this chorus is huge. It's tremendous. Look at it. So Emily layered a whole ton of vocals. We have her lead part, which is triple tracked, and then she has a higher harmony above that, that's double tracked, a lower harmony beneath that, that's double tracked, and this is what her whole 3-part chorale sounds like. And mind you, each chorus moves up in half steps. Well, the whole song moves up in half steps, but we had to sing it every single time in these different keys, all these different harmonies. It was a lot of work, to say the least.
Chasing untethered kites, magic of life keeps the spark in my eye, painting the clear blue sky, colors so bright forming rainbows at night.
It's like the Chordettes. And then Aaron and I have this little answer to that. It's just a 2-part harmony. I'm on top, Aaron's underneath me. That's my obligatory Beach Boys moment. I gotta have those in most of my songs now. Then here's Skunk and I. I don't really know if you can hear the guitars so well on the album because there's just so much stuff going on. But here we are pounding away at these offbeat rhythms. And again, that's me and Skunk. Here's another one of these swells that takes us from this first chorus into the next verse. Very dubsteppy indeed. Okay, so here's the second verse. And we have these bells. They're hitting on beat 3, I think. Yeah. I remember when I was recording the keyboards for this album, I was studying the isolated keyboard tracks from Images and Words from Dream Theater, and I noticed those bells in almost every single song, most of them at least, and I really wanted to do something similar. So there's some Kevin Moore inspiration, per the usual. Okay, so here's the second pre-chorus, and hopefully you notice this. There's a little melodic solo played by the keyboard. It sounds like this. Oh no, the disc was too slow, but I think you still managed to hear that. Oh, I think Mark has a cool drum fill here. Let's take a look. Indeed he did. He does that. He's very good, that young man. Oh my goodness. Okay, so coming from this second chorus into this instrumental section, mind you, remember Emily does this big old 3-part harmony, but it has to have a different ending to take us into this next section. In this chorus, she ends on the C-sharp minor chord, her 3-part harmony. So she makes up the notes of a C-sharp minor chord, and the song changes keys to G. So she does this tritone motion with all the different voices, and it's one of the coolest. I don't know, I think we really did a good job of arranging this. It's a cool key change moment if you listen to just these voices.
Forming rainbows at night.
Almost jarring, but fantastic. I think she did so good with all that. So here's the keyboard guitar unison. The guitar and the keyboard, they start off unison and then they end in a harmony. They have slightly different endings there too. And then there's a higher guitar part that takes part of that melody. box at the end there. Okay, now we have the genty part. Here's Mark's drums by themselves. We did a stacked cymbal, and I don't remember how he stacked them, but it's such a cool sound. And yeah, that gent rhythm comes from that piano line. Da 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 da. And then while we do that, Aaron has again his bubbly guitars. Yep. And then here's a secret ingredient. You almost don't even really need it, and it still works. But I wanted to add a lot of distortion to this section, and I thought that adding a very low synth bass would probably supply that. So this is what this excuse me, this is what this synth bass sounds like by itself. Yeah, how do I explain myself here? I wanted it to be genty, dubsteppy, very electronic. So if it was just guitars doing the thing, it would just sound like one of those worlds. So we needed the kind of electronic stuff to kind of make it its own thing, you know? And hopefully it does a good job of making it feel that way on the album. Now the vocals here, Emily has a 2-part harmony, and then we do a little pyramid.
Life becomes an art, seasons making butterflies. When you can't restart, kiss your past goodbye.
Alrighty, here's the last pre-chorus, and again another swell. Oh boy. So when this synth string comes in for this quiet chorus, there's a knob. There's like these knobs on some synthesizers, and they change the sound in certain ways. And I played with the knob called the cutoff knob, and it kind of like does this like darkening to brightening effect. It's used a lot in like EDM music these days. And then complementing that is another kind of dark, round synth. So here's the last chorus. Oh, this one has a tambourine though. So here's what the tambourine sounds like. Makes it feel like a big party. Every last chorus should feel like a big party, unless it's a depressing song. On this Rainbows, at the very last part of the song, me, Emily, and Aaron end on a 3-part harmony, and Aaron's harmony is hugging Emily's. Their notes are touching, and I'm singing this really awkward high note, so I'm actually going to turn it down. And then you hear Aaron resolve down.
Right.
It's called Suspension and Resolution. And this is one of the few instances in the album where I used a digital piano, because I wanted it to have that kind of early 90s, late 80s sound. Or maybe like it sounds like your computer starting up. Then here's a big old synth chord. For all you music theory nerds, that's a sus2, sus4 chord. Okay, and here's the funky outro part. The grand piano comes back, hits a big old C5 or an octave, I don't remember what I did. Here's a sound I created for this REO Speedwagon tribute band I'm a part of. There's a song we play called That Ain't Love, where I have this sound I had to create. So I just used the same sound and used it in this context because I felt it was appropriate. Here's David Miller's trumpet. There's something really nostalgic about trumpet melodies, I think. Originally it was just supposed to be this thing by itself, which is I think it's like a synth bell layered with a synthetic French horn. It just was the right sound. Very childlike indeed. Here is an excellent, supreme drum fill by Mark De La O. Actually, let's have some fun. Let's do just the drums and the bass. This is one of Dino's bass lines. It is just so good. He does a little slide too, so let's hear this whole thing, just the rhythm. that's Rainbows at Night. Lots of cool keyboard sounds. Hopefully you all got a kick out of that. And I'll try to finish Faceless Dreams next week. These do take a bit of time to make and edit, and they take a lot of time to upload too. I'm trying to make them shorter, and here I am not doing a good job at that. But hopefully you enjoy these and they gave you some inspiration and help you listen to the album slightly differently. Take care. Have a great night.